Marva B. I am the CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine, and we are so excited to be at the 31st Annual Fashion Weekend with the iconic, legendary John Blassingame. We're so excited. So welcome to Black Link Magazine. We want you to go ahead, tell the world who you are and what you do.
My name is Rob Love. I'm known to be a marketing and promotions guru. Claim of fame has been Def Jam, but before Def Jam, created my own independent production company called ARC Productions, where I cultivated concerts and parties and attended Norfolk State University and Spartan, Beholder Green and Gold. But I cultivated a career in the music business by taking a bet on myself. So I'm self-made, self-respected, and well-respected throughout the industry. I worked with the greats from Lyle and Russell Simmons, Kevin Lyles, Clive Davis. I've helped build some of the biggest brands we know today, like Kanye, Jay-Z, LL Cool J, Slick Rick, Redman, and Method Man. The list goes on and on. Joe Buttons, and the list goes on and on. So I'm Rob Love. Hello, audience, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to have you here, Rob. I want to go back just a little bit and just talk about how did you get into this entertainment industry? Like, what prompted that? Is that something that was just engulfed in you from family, from background, or is this something that you've always wanted to do?
I always had the entrepreneurial spirit. I believe that if you could understand the value of buying and selling, that you can always be enterprising. So I used to, take pictures and sell pictures to people. As a kid, I had a little paper route, and I used to pass out flyers for the reverend of our church's auto mechanic shop, and that kind of kind of gave me something to do, and I realized that you can make a dollar if we provide a service. And at a young age, I understood that, and then I would say, if I can make a dollar, then I can spend a dollar to reinvest in myself and buy more product, and then do more business, and then hire someone else that looks like me that could duplicate me and duplicate myself, and then create a business for myself. But I've always been musically inclined. I'm a drummer. I love percussions, and I love sports, so I played basketball, and I was really nice at basketball. And one of the things that I learned that by playing the drums, that can help you with your follow through and your jump shot in basketball. So I used that, so that piqued my interest. So that's why I really love the drums, and from that, I fell in love with this format called hip hop music, and I used to go to the park when the DJ was there and the MC was there, back in the early 70s, well, late 70s actually, early 80s, and I thought I was a rapper, and then I realized that there was rappers that were way better than me. So I played the background. I said, all right, well, I'll let you rap, and I'll be the guy that sets everything up for you. So I was behind the scene guy there, and hindsight, I wish I was the rapper, because the rappers get a lot of money for 45 minutes on the stage right now. You know what I mean? So, but those guys that are behind the rappers, they make 20%. So it's not really a bad deal. But a lot of headache, but not really a bad deal.
So you talked about being, in the music, loving music, but then the comedy thing came along, right? What did you do within the Def Jam comedy family?
Oh, so, working with Russell Simmons and all the Russell Simmons companies, we had, Rush Philanthropic, that has the Art for Life nonprofit 501c initiative. And then we had D-Rush, which was a combination of Rush Associated Artists and Donnie Deutsch, who was a big advertisement agent in New York. And we created strategies for HBO with Chris Rock, Oz, The Soprano shows. The Chris Rock show, and we did this unique thing where we kind of cross marketed music and integrated music into um, lifestyle uh, marketing with uh, originally original programming from HBO. And then we started to realize that hip hop was really becoming this big uh, enterprise, and looking at consumer brands and bringing them into the fold with product integration, song integration, things of that nature. So you started hearing artists start talking about lifestyle clothes, urban apparel, fragrances, watches, all these other things that kind of industries that kind of benefited from the growth and the popularity of hip hop.
That's amazing. You know, we talk about the entertainment world, and on the outside looking, or from the outside looking in, you know, it looks really beautiful. You know, we just see the finished product. What are you telling? Because what I get when I have these kind of interviews is that, you know, the industry is not really, you know, you better know what you're getting into when you get into the business. What advice are you giving people? Because there's tons of people that want to be in this industry. What are you telling people that are wanting to come into this industry? What advice are you giving them?
I always tell people, if any industry that you're going to get into, you know what I'm saying, know the business that you're entering into, all right? Know the business side, all right? Take your feelings out of it, take your passion out of it, know the business, understand the business side of it, right? So if you go to the studio and you make a recording, understand who owns that recording when you're in the studio, right? So understand, if you don't pay for that recording while you're in the studio, it's highly likely that you don't own that recording, even though it's your voice. And you know, a lot of the people, most of the people, you know, even I was a victim of my own passion, right? Because um, loving what I do and not worrying about getting paid for it can put you in a situation where you do work for no money. But then we all need money to live.
Right. And I think that's the downfall, is because they come in here and say, I did that work, but they never knew the business of it. I think it's what they always say, 90% business and 10% um, entertainment, or 10% your talent, right? Not really about your talent. Do you agree with that?
It depends. It's different ratios of instances, but I think that um, a lot of it has to do with understanding your business, and you gotta have talent. You gotta have raw talent. You know, you just can't really have one without the other. You know, you gotta have something that people care about. If people don't care about what you have to offer, then you can't do no business.
That's right. That's right.
You know, you sign a contract with no talent, and you know what I'm saying, 10% of zero is zero.
That's it. You talk about being self-made, and we're gonna wrap it up here in just a bit. But you talked about being self-made. Do you recommend that people are independent, or do you recommend them getting the big people behind them? You know, like the labels behind them or whatever. Um, so which way, independent or labels?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm glad that you asked that. In my opinion, it's always best not to have any vices, right? Not to have anything that someone can hold over your head or dangle in front of your face like a carrot, right? Because if it's something that you're really interested, you get blind by, you know, the fine print, right? So you looking towards, I want to get that carrot, I want to get that watch, I want to get that house or get that car, and you be so fixated on getting that car, and you don't understand that the car is just leased, and you have to, after a certain amount of months, you got to give it back, or it's just borrowed for the video. You got to really understand what does things mean, and you know, trial and error is always a great teacher, but some people don't come back from the trial after they make an error. So you just got to be mindful of what you're getting into, how you're going to approach it, and surround yourself around people who want to see you win, not just people that want to take a check or a retainer or something like that. People who want to invest into your future and want to see you win, and ask all the questions that you want to ask. There's no dumb question under the sun. You know, if there's something that you don't know about, ask about it.
Because when you know better, you do better. So that's right. You have to ask the question. I appreciate you being here with Black Link Magazine. We just are excited to have you. Tell people how they can reach you on all social media sites if you're out there.
I'm any and everywhere love is, right? So I am Rob Love on Instagram, Rob Love on LinkedIn, Rob Love on Facebook, NY Rob Love on Twitter. Uh, what else? What other social media things I got?
Are you on?
You can log on to my website, launchpadww.com. That's a destination where we consult and we create organic strategies and solutions for companies, athletes, artists, DJs, brands. You can also remember to vote November 8th. We have a voter initiative called I Am the Vote. You can go to iamthevote.vote. You can register to vote. You can check your status to make sure that you can vote, that your registration is intact for this upcoming November 8th election. And then you can also check me out every Thursday on Behind the Records on IG Live. It's real stories told firsthand. It's me in the pandemic, discovering that I wanted to enter into a pandemic and plan what was the next 5-10 years for my career independently. And one of the things that I discovered is that I was always the guy behind the scenes and never really in front of the camera. I was the guys that was, showing LL where to go, and Jay-Z and DMX, rest his soul, and others. So you've seen me on the scene, but I was always behind the scenes and never really on the camera. So now it's time for me to be in front of the camera and to share some of these experiences I had with some iconic artists, and some of them who now are billionaires. So I can say honestly that I still have a very viable and fruitful career, and I inspire anyone that want to be in the entertainment business is to never give up on your dream. And when you dream big and dream in color, because the world is very small, and outside of this planet, we have to look towards the universe, and we gotta start outlining our path towards that.
That's deep. I appreciate you being here so much. Just before we go, a little quick game. Sunrise or sunset?
Both.
Bacon or eggs?
Neither.
Those are your answers?
Yeah. Is it your question?
No, this is just.
Okay.
So that's it. That was your answers. Neither. You don't do You don't do breakfast.
Why would you want to break fast?
Okay.
When you put on your brakes in your car, do you push the brakes fast?
So you don't do breakfast.
No. Breakfast is not necessary. The person that said that you need to have 3 square meals a day, they lied to us. That's why we have obesity in America.
Part 2 coming soon, you guys. Listen. Listen, you guys, we're going to get out of here for now, Rob Love. I appreciate you being here so much. Black Link Magazine, go follow us on Instagram, Black Link Magazine. Follow him, Rob Love, everywhere. You guys remember, take care of yourself and each other. God bless.
Black Link Magazine. Copy.